Welcome everybody to this edition of Attention Talk Video. I'm your host, ADHD and attention coach, Jeff Copper. And our topic today is, it's honestly, I don't want to be a Debbie Downer, but it's not a real good topic, but it's a reality that I think that I need to bring it to everybody's attention. And that's talking about what society is doing in general. That's a bit of a challenge for people with ADHD. Before we get into it, I want to make you aware of a website. That's put out by the children and adults with attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, better known as CHAD. It's a place where you can find evidence-based and evidence-informed information on ADHD. Just go to www.chadd.org. So, forgive me, I'm going to read a quote that came from Dr. Russell Barkley in an interview with him on my podcast many years ago. It says, society has eliminated the obstacles we had that helped our self-control. And it places people who have weak self-control or struggle with self-regulation in a very disadvantageous position, because they're the ones who are going to suffer more than people who really have good self-regulation, because these hurdles are gone. That's helped us with self-control. What I want to say is that back in the old days, when you needed money, you had to go to the bank to get the money, or you had to go to the ATM. That was a little bit of effort that created a pause that inhibited people from actually doing that. Now, when you have Venmo or you've got all these apps, you have ready access to money, and it makes it easy. In the old days, we used to have books. They didn't have links next to it to other things or social media, which, because you were reading a book, if you wanted to get up, you had to put it down. You had to physically go to the store, go somewhere to actually get engaged. Today, the tools that we're using, it's all over it, making it really difficult for self-control. Another things that a lot of places are doing, I find this very frustrating, is they want you to sign up for a subscription. Back in the 80s, I used to sell group health insurance, and those days we were actually, for the first time, trying to get people to payroll deduct stuff. The reason we wanted to payroll deducted is because you didn't have to make the buying decision every time you wrote a check. Once you signed up for it, it just automatically went through, became out of sight, out of mind. And I don't know about you, but there's been a few places where I've signed up for things and it's really, really difficult to figure out how to unsubscribe. It's not really that obvious. So a lot of places are really apt to get you to do a free trial. You do the free trial, you give them your credit card. Now they got you on the hook, and it's really hard to find that and self-regulate. Why am I bringing this all up? Well, if you're not aware of it and you're just succumbing to it, then you're really not in a position to do much about it. Whereas if you begin to realize that you need to put barriers between yourself and different things. I've coached a lot of people in finances where all their money is deposited into an account, like a savings account or something, and all their bills are paid from that for the most part. Then money is transferred out of that account into a checking account. And the only way they can get money from that is to go to the ATM. They don't have credit cards. They don't have other things, because it creates that pause for them. So they just don't impulsively buy something. And a lot of times they'll just, I'm not going to go. It's too much work, the effort, and they won't necessarily go. And so they're able to save money because it's not readily available. Now, not the perfect example, but I want to give you an idea of how those things that used to be in our society made it a lot easier for people with ADHD to self-regulate, where now you're tempted all over the place. And so again, I think this is awareness and insight that you need to have, because you're going to have to put those obstacles in place. I coach people to do it every day to get success. So anyway, I hope this is giving you pause to think. What are your thoughts? Leave me a comment. And if you're not a subscriber, please subscribe by hitting the subscribe button. We release a video each week. With that, we hope you've enjoyed this edition of Attention Talk Video. Take care.